Man is distinguished from the animals. We are subordinate only to the Lord, not to the beasts of the field and the birds of the air. We rule over God's creation. With our position of ruler on the earth comes great responsibility. We are to be caretakers of all that God created. What we often mock in the modern-day environmental movement is not without at least a shadow of what God intended. We see the extremes of Greenpeace and other radical environmental groups, but the underlying pulse to care for the creation is God-given. We were made to rule the planet, and part of ruling it is a responsibility to take care of it. This role is linked to the Imago Dei, or the image of God. Mentally, humanity was created as a rational, volitional agent. In other words, human beings can reason and choose. This reflects God's intellect and freedom. Anytime someone invents a machine, writes a book, prints a landscape, enjoys a symphony, calculates a sum, or names a pet, he or she is proclaiming the fact that we are made in God's image. Morally, humanity was created in righteousness and perfect innocence, a reflection of God's holiness. God saw all that he had made, humanity included, and called it very good. Our conscience, our moral compass, is a vestige of that original state. Whenever someone writes a law, recoils from evil, praises good behavior, or feels guilty, he or she is confirming the fact that we are made in God's own image. Socially, humanity was created for fellowship. This reflects God's triune nature and his love. In Eden, humanity's primary relationship was with God, and God made the first woman because it is not good for man to be alone. Every time someone marries, makes a friend, hugs a child, or attends church, he or she is demonstrating the fact that we are made in the likeness of God. Perhaps the most important part of the Imago Dei is that it points to a personal being who can relate to others. We were made to be in relationships. We can feel, we can converse, we can laugh, we can cry, we can think, and we can create. All those qualities and others come directly from being created in the image of God. Think about the ability to speak and have languages that allow us to communicate with each other as an Imago Dei characteristic. There are roughly 5,000 different languages in the world, and have you ever heard a cat, a dog, or a monkey speaking English or French? Animals are incapable of learning languages. On the other hand, humans are quite capable, and when the stakes are high, say communicating the gospel, God even made the gift of tongues to bridge language barriers. We can say that although God himself has no physical body, he designed and formed man's body to enable it to function physically in ways in which he himself could function without a body. God can see, hear, smell. He can touch, and he can speak. Whether or not he has actual physical eyes, ears, nose, or hands, or mouth, he doesn't have those things physically. Furthermore, when he has chosen to appear visibly to man, he has done so in the form of a human body, such as in Genesis chapter 18, and the same would be true of angels. Angels are spirits, and there are occasions when they take on bodies. There is something about the human body, therefore, which is uniquely appropriate to God manifesting himself on occasions. So we do not look physically like God, but the fact that we have bodies like we do may say something about how God likes to function. 2 Corinthians 3:18, so all of us who have had that veil removed can see and reflect the glory of the Lord. And the Lord, who is the Spirit, makes us more and more like him as we are changed into his glorious image. We were created to be like him, but fell into ruin. However, God made a way for us to be redeemed or restored. As we cooperate with him, we are conformed more and more to the bearers of his image he had in mind from the start. For those whom he foreknew, he also predestined to be conformed to the image of his Son, so that he, meaning Jesus, would be the firstborn among many brethren. Mankind is unique in that we are the only part of creation made in God's image. And mankind is unique in that we are the only part of creation that lives on eternally, except for angels. In fact, the creation of the universe may have been merely the creating of the stage for God's plan of redemption to play out. Points to ponder. Man is distinguished from animals. We are subordinate only to the Lord, not to the beasts of the field and the birds of the air. We are to be caretakers of all that God created. As we cooperate with Him, we are conformed more and more to the bearers of His image, which He had in mind from the start. This class, and indeed the entire school, is dedicated to helping others see that God is bigger than we think and better than we know. To get to the next video, make a note of the class number for this recording. Then search for the next one. Here is a sample. If this video is number L01.1, then the next one is L01.2. And remember to like and subscribe on YouTube and follow on Rumble.